Dawn of the championship. The first Formula One title was won by a 1938 car. In 1950, the FIA unified Europe's scattered Grand Prix into one championship. At Monza, Giuseppe Farina won the finale and became champion at 43. The Alfetta ran a supercharged 1.5-liter straight-eight with two-stage compression. It burned methanol at 175 liters per 100 kilometers, forcing constant pit stops. Alfa Romeo won every race they entered in 1950, 6 out of 6. The 159 produced 420 horsepower, while returning 1.6 miles per gallon. Alfa won everything, then quit because Italy refused to fund a replacement. Rear-engine revolution. F1's greatest design revolution started with a motorcycle chain drive. In Surbiton, England, brothers Charles and John Cooper built Formula 3 cars. They mounted motorcycle engines behind the driver to simplify the chain drive. Enzo Ferrari dismissed them as garagists, unworthy British garage owners. Without a drive shaft, the driver sat lower, slashing frontal area and drag. Mass centered within the wheelbase rotated the car through corners like a pivot. Jack Brabham's Cooper took the 1959 and 1960 championships outright. No front-engined car has won a Formula One race since 1960. Cosworth DFV. Ford built an engine for a sport it never entered. In 1965, Lotus boss Colin Chapman had no competitive engine. Ford's Walter Hayes committed £100,000 to engineer Keith Duckworth. Jim Clark won the 1967 Dutch Grand Prix on its debut. The DFV block served as the chassis itself, not a component. Gearbox and rear suspension bolted directly onto the engine casing. The DFV won 155 Formula One races and every 1973 round. Ford never fielded a team, yet dominated Formula One for 15 years. Ground effect era. Formula One's greatest aerodynamic leap began with a piece of cardboard. In 1976, Lotus engineer Peter Wright tested wing models at Imperial College. His side pods sagged, so he taped cardboard along the edges to steady them. The sealed underbody accelerated airflow, creating a vacuum that sucked the car downward. Sliding ceramic skirts kept the seal intact against the track surface. The Lotus 79 generated 30% more downforce than its predecessor. It took pole by a full second on its 1978 debut. Lotus hid the secret for a whole season, blaming a special differential. First turbo era. Formula One's most powerful engines ever displaced just 1.5 liters. Renault introduced the first turbocharged Formula One engine in 1977. By 1983, BMW, Porsche, Honda, and Ferrari joined the arms race. Teams built qualifying engines nicknamed grenades inside the paddock. They survived 3 flying laps before the internals destroyed themselves. Fuel blends contained up to 80% toluene, industrial paint thinner. The BMW M12 produced 1,400 horsepower at 5.5 bar boost. Renault invented the turbo, perfected it, and never won a championship with it. The active suspension era. Williams built a car so perfect, the FIA banned it outright. Patrick Head and Adrian Newey led the Williams technical team in 1992. Rivals called their FW14B a car from another planet. Computer-controlled hydraulics replaced springs, adjusting each wheel thousands of times per second. This locked the underbody at one ride height, maximizing aerodynamic downforce. Mansell took British Grand Prix pole by 2 full seconds. Williams won 10 of 16 races in 1992, then 10 again in 1993. The FIA banned the technology for being too perfect. Then came 1994. The Schumacher-Ferrari dynasty. Italy's national team won 6 straight titles without a single Italian in charge. In 1993, Ferrari hired Frenchman Jean Todt to rebuild the disorganized team. Schumacher arrived in 1996 with Ross Brawn and designer Rory Byrne. Byrne designed the chassis specifically around Bridgestone's unique tire characteristics. Brawn pioneered computer-modeled strategies, dictating fuel loads and pit stop timing. In 2002, Schumacher finished on the podium in all 17 races. In 2004, he won 13 of 18 races and the championship. Ferrari became so dominant, the FIA rewrote the rules to stop them. The hybrid era. Formula One went green and accidentally created its most boring dynasty. For 2014, F1 replaced screaming V8s with 1.6-liter turbo-hybrid power units. Mercedes' high-performance powertrains in Brixworth started development years before anyone else. Two motor generators recover energy from braking and from exhaust heat. Mercedes split the turbo in half, placing compressor and turbine at opposite ends. Mercedes won 51 of 59 races between 2014 and 2016. They collected